Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark, and I'm not big on doing reviews from any companies, but this got the better part of me. Victoria from Vevor Tools had reached out to me and said they will send us a 20-inch chainsaw. Would we review it and test it out? I'll tell you what, the price of this saw, I have no idea what it will do. This is going to be an honest review, so if this turns out bad, it's going to turn out bad for Vevor. They did not pay me for this. They gave us the saw for free. You can get this saw, I got some stats on it. You can pick this saw up for $129.99. If you agree to register, they'll knock it down to $100.99. And how can you go wrong? Hopefully this turns out to be a good product. It feels fairly well built. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the bar put on it, the chain put on it here, and I'm going to do this in real time because I've never just opened the box now, so I have not done any research, and let's just see how hard it is to figure out to put it together to get it to run. It comes with the bar cover, the bar, a chain, of course, a little funnel, a little gasoline mixing thing. This would be good if you went on a long trip and, you know, comes with, oh yeah, here's the little dog for the front of the bar. Like I said, I'm just opening this up, so I have no idea what we're getting into. They give you various little items here, some screw for something, the saw wrench, hearing protection for all you safety police, and also don't put this over your head. For all the safety police out there, just making sure that I'm being safe here, because we get hammered all the time. They give you a book too, and a lot of stuff to digest here. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and put the bar and chain on it. We'll fuel it up, put some bar oil in it. We're going to go up to Uncle Edmund's and we'll cut a couple logs to see how it goes. And at the very end of the video, I will give you my honest review. Is it worth it or isn't it? So let's get started. So basically, one thing you do want to make sure, this is the blade brake. You want to make sure it is in the unlocked position when you remove this, because otherwise it's going to be jammed up on that drive drum. So this is their safety brake. But basically it's like any other chainsaw. You got the two nuts. Inside of here is the brake mechanism, and this little band here will lock up on the clutch assembly. So if you would happen to, and it would lock it up. So that's how that works. This is your tensioning for the chain. It's up front. This is the old style, how steel used to be years ago. Then they moved it to the front, which is much more convenient, and now everybody sort of went toolless. So this is old school technology. Again, look at the price of this. You know, you get a saw, you know, and the specs are 58 cc. It translates out to 3.22, almost 3¼ horsepower, 12,000 RPM maximum rev. And it has a 0.58 quart, so half a quart fuel, 0.27 on the oil, so just say 1/4 quart. And again, the price is, it's amazing that they can even sell this thing. Okay, so the two little screws that come in that bag, I figured that out right away. That is for your set of dogs, your log dogs. So we're gonna put this in, and they give you little Allen wrenches. And again, this is you got to keep saying it's a $100 saw. And if you're the average homeowner and you're going to cut a couple trees a year, or even a couple cords of wood, we're going to give it a real test here. Not on this video, we'll do some cutting with it, but we're going to be cutting a lot of firewood. We have a surprise coming from Easton Made. We'll be getting into a little bit of firewood on this channel. Why wouldn't you if you have a sawmill? And here is the chain, and I'll find out the specs. I'm not sure how many drive links. It seems to be it's very sharp. Seems to be a decent chain. A little bit of play in it. I mean, again, this isn't a steel chain or an Oregon chain. So we'll go ahead and get this put on the saw here. And this is the old school, you got to feed the chain around the clutch assembly, which I remember an old steel I had was like that. I did not like that part of it. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a wrestling match to get on. You got to sort of get the bar behind there. Yeah, it's not like that part of it I do not like. So after you're done wrestling this thing, it should and also make sure that the teeth are pointing the right direction. That always is helpful. And once we get inside the slot here, we'll be all right. And again, I'm just doing this in real time to show you, if you buy this saw, this is basically what you are getting. They did not pay me to sponsor this company. And I think we are, yeah, we're on the drive link. And we will put this back on. And I see a problem already. We gotta play with that adjustment. To get it to go into that hole. So again, it's going to take a minute to get this little bugger figured out. Am I even going the right way? See, I'm not even going the right way. Yeah, the instructions are kind of hard to figure out. Yeah, this is not a good setup as far as this goes. So we want to get this to come back. Oh, we should be close there. And it looks like the bar is flippable. So if you wanted to make sure you do even wear on both sides. I'm being defeated by a chainsaw. We should be close there. And the only other thing I couldn't see in the instructions is the actual fuel mixture. Are we in? No, we're not. So, first part's review is going to be not too hard, not too easy to put a chain on this thing. So, this is why all the other companies had switched the way they do this. And I think I'm way off on this too. So every time you change the chain out after, if you're going to replace it, you're going to have to play this game of getting this thing tuned up to where it needs to go. Well, after a couple more minutes of struggling, I won. So the chain seems to ride fairly decent. It's not like your steel and your Husqvarna as far as the smoothness of it. I always like to keep the chain so that you cannot pull up out of the slot there. So we're going to just let it ride there for a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and lock this down. And I always snug these up pretty good on my steel chainsaw. That's all I ever ran was steel chainsaws my whole life. So we'll let it go at that. The brake definitely holds. Let's see how the cover works. It's a good thing to have a bar cover. There you go. That's actually not bad. They even give you a little sharpening file. Look at that little thing. That's actually kind of funny. Oh, they give you 2 earplugs. So anyhow, let's put some fuel in it. And what I could gather, I looked all through this book. I did not see the ratio, but it does say on this little gas mixing can 50-to-1. So that's pretty much common today. You don't need no tools to open and close these lids. This is like, I don't know. Again, we're not talking an $800 steel chainsaw here. We're talking no frills. And I'm not gonna make a mess on my workbench. I do like the plastic tanks on the other chainsaws, the competitors, that you can actually see how much fuel you're putting in it as you're dumping it. They give you this little rubber gasket on the actual lids. What I would do is, if I was storing this thing with any gas in it, I would leave it lay on its side. I'm not too confident that they would hold. Okay, here's your bar oil. And what I always do when I open up my bar oil, I make a little slit in the foil, and that makes it so much easier to dump in. So, and this is where I always screw up on mine. I put too much in and it comes pouring out. But I want to see how good the oiling system works on this. And usually if it's set right, you'll get usually 1 tank of gas will just about wipe out your bar oil. Okay, it looks like it's pretty full there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside here. It's a cold day outside right now, so it's like 24 degrees today. We're going to go down into the teens here. I had looked online and some people were having issues of starting their saws. And it does have the old manual choke. It don't have like the steel, you push the trigger and lock it up. Your on and off switch. There is no priming bulb anywhere, so I guess you pull the choke out, pull it a few times so you get a little chug. Then once you got that little chug, push the choke back in. Yeah, there's no way to lock this. Like normally you would squeeze down and that would pull the choke out. And basically you got your switch, choke. Again, this is bare bones basic. Looks like they got some pretty good vibration or anti-vibration built into it. So we're going to fire it up. I got a couple 4x4s that we're going to be working on a project. I'm going to build a firewood bucking station, and we're going to use that with the new splitter so we can put firewood rounds on it and not be cutting on the ground. So that'll be another project. So I might just rough cut some stuff to size just to see what this thing will do outside. Then we'll go up to Uncle Edmund's, cut a few chunks of firewood up with it. So let's go outside and fire it up and see if it'll run. Well, I'm out in front of our nice little fireplace. Everybody's been asking about what happened to the stainless steel fireplace. I stole it, so sorry everybody, but I love this thing. And you can see how nice. I just lit this about 5 minutes ago. So we're going to go ahead and see if this thing will actually start. Make sure we're in the right proportion here, and let's just see. Got your first chug, take the choke off. Well, it runs, so let's go over. We got some 4x4. Sounds like an old school Impala. So I need these cut for my project, so we're going to use this to try it. Tell you what, I'm impressed so far. I know that was just one cut. It's going through there like nothing. Has no problem at all. It got a lot of power. I can't wait to get into some firewood rounds with this thing. I wouldn't have believed it. Cut the last piece on the ground here. Boy, I tell you what, that thing had plenty of power. Minus to install the chain. That's the only thing I can say I don't like so far. I read a few reviews. There was a lot of people that were complaining about. In fact, let's do this, everybody. Too nice of a fire to waste. So so far, minus the chain adjustment and the way you put the chain on, that would be the only thing I have to complain about. But man, that thing had some power, and we're going to go get into some firewood rounds up at Uncle Edmund's, and let's see what it can really do. Let's get going. All right, we're up at Uncle Edmund's, and we're going to go ahead and cut some firewood rounds. So we'll see if she starts up again. There's the chug. let's see if we can find something over here. A little bit bigger, baby. All right, let's see if she'll fire up again. Let's go back to the fire and we'll do our review of what we think of this thing. Alrighty, we're back out of the woods from Uncle Edmund's, and this is my honest review on this Vevor 20-inch chainsaw. I mean, when you look at the whole package, the only thing that I found I did not like is the way the chain goes on there and the tensioning. That's the only improvement that I could see. It performed very well. We cut enough firewood in probably 5 minutes to heat my house for a good week or more.
I'd say so.
And it's just amazing. The chain seemed to do all right. So it's still nice and sharp. And we were cutting through frozen cherry up there. So this wood is absolutely completely frozen. It did very well there. The oiler seems to be getting the chain nice and lubricated, so there's definitely oil getting where it needs to be. You can see the oil on the sticking to the sawdust here. And Like I said, I don't do many reviews on this YouTube channel because it really gets a lot of people, they don't like it. But they did send us the saw for free. I could not resist this because I said, what could it be for $100? If I was going to give a review from 0 being the worst, 5 being the best, I'd give this saw a good solid 4. Would I buy one if in the business I'm in? Probably not for the sawmill business, but the homeowner or entry-level person may be getting into some tree work, good backup equipment, very inexpensive, and if you were doing demolition work, it'd be good for that. So I'm going to give you a 4 on the rating, what I think of it. Price, you'd have a hard time buying 3 chains for my steel saw for the price that you paid for the whole saw here. So I do not know anything about the chain as far as the pitch or how many drive links. That was very unclear, so I'm going to have to reach out and see if I can find out where to get replacement chains for this and maybe get like an Oregon chain to fit it, something a little bit better. But all in all, it was very comfortable to use. No vibration. If you were going to use this saw to steal firewood off of somebody's property, I wouldn't use this saw. It's a little bit loud, but it reminds me of the old school McCullough's. It sounded really good. Had plenty of power to run that bar.
I think it's fairly light too.
Yeah, Alex tried it out off of camera. Yeah, it's very light. I like it. Started very easy too. Just remember, you pull the choke out, you pull the rope till you hear the first chug. Then after that, push the choke in, pull it one more time, and it usually goes real easy. So that's how people are flooding these saws. If you own a steel, it's the same thing. You hear that first little pop. So, all right, everybody, hey, go over and check out Vevor. I have a link in the description. I think they're giving a 5% discount to vets, and there'll be a link in there. And go over and check them out. And if you want to saw for, homeowners, tree falls down your yard, cutting a small amount of firewood, this would easily cut a few cords of wood a year for you, real easy. So check it out, and hey, thanks for coming along, and we might do a couple more reviews this year. All right, bye-bye.